Well, hey there guys, and welcome back. On this week's show, what did Kenny get for Christmas? Well, this year was a very different year for Christmas, and a lot of things had to be ordered online and that sort of thing. But either way, I got a lot of generous gifts this year for Christmas, and I wanted to share them with you today. And who knows, maybe to give you some ideas as to what you want to add to your Christmas list. So enough talking, let me show you what I got. Well, the first thing I want to show you are these. And what these are is a pair of automatic wire strippers, and they adjust themselves to whatever size wire you have, whether it be stranded or solid conductor, and they have a couple mechanisms that make it work. What they'll do is as you squeeze this in, it will grab your wire on the one side, and then you squeeze a bit more, it will cause the cutting of the insulation there, and with a further squeeze, it will separate the two to strip your wire. And the amount that it strips off is determined by this depth stop here that you set to whatever size you want. So just a little demonstration of them is you place the wire in like this on this little platform up against your stop, squeeze it and pull. That's it. Stripped. Now, I don't know, being an electrician, I think it's really cool, and I'm looking forward to using them. Whether or not you have a use for them in your shop, that's up to you, but I love these things. I think that's pretty cool. Well, if you've ever used one of these, then you'll know that they are notoriously horrid for trying to sharpen the blades. At least for me, they are. The reason for that, of course, is the fact that the blades are small and they're difficult for me to hold on to. You may not have an issue with that, but I do. So for that reason, one of the things I got this year for Christmas was this. And what that is a Veritas short blade holder. And what this thing does is it holds your blades for your spoke shaves securely in place with these rare earth magnets. And you can sit them wherever you want, and then this depth stop here allows you to set where you want that blade to sit. Once you get it set, and of course I'm just putting this together quickly to show you, you can tighten that down, and now your blade is ready to go for sharpening. And you can either do it by hand and sharpen it whichever way you choose, water stones or diamond hones, whatever you like. Or one of the cool things that I love about this as well is it allows you to fit your blade into your honing jig. So if you have a sharpening or honing jig like this that you use with your water stones to be able to set the angles of your blade, it has now provided you an opportunity and lengthen this blade so that you can sharpen it as you would a normal chisel or a plain blade. You just put it in there to set your angle as you normally would. You would just treat this entire unit as your blade, and from there you can just sharpen it as normal, and it makes it so you no longer have a problem holding that tiny blade. And when you're done sharpening it, you can just release it from the rare earth magnets and you're finished. So there you go. The Veritas short blade holder. Well, here on the show, I try as best I can to promote safety, and that's why I like this next gift so much. I got myself one of these, and if you don't know what this is a power hand safety push stick. I've seen these for a while and kind of toyed with the idea of whether or not I would get one, and then of course I was given one for Christmas. It comes with two sets of rubber feet for the bottom grip. One of them is flat, and this one here has a V-groove in it for if you need to push on the corner of your piece, like through a router table or that sort of thing. And they just get installed by pushing the whichever one you have installed out of the dovetail grooves that are here. I'm not going to take it all the way out, but you can see I'm pushing this out. That one comes out and this one slides in. It's got a little toe kick there right here on the end to grab your piece of wood, but don't worry, what if you're cutting thinner stock? Well, this is spring-loaded and pushes up inside, so it will automatically adjust to whatever thickness you are using, which makes it really awesome. I really like that. Or if you wanted to use it on the surface of a piece, well, you push until it was basically gone, so it would not interfere. So there you go. I'm hoping that I'll get lots of use on this one, and I'm hoping that you guys are going to see this on the show on a regular basis. Well, in my shop, I use magnetic toolbars, and I have 3 of them currently, not including the one that we made here on the show, which would make 4 magnetic toolbars. But for Christmas, I got this little guy, and this is the smaller one that is available. It's a 13-inch, and you may be wondering, why the heck would I want yet another one? Well, this one will be mounted on the side of my router table cabinet, and it will hold all of my wrenches for the router table and all of my routers that are contained in the cabinet. So hopefully this is going to serve me well. Well, another thing that I was lucky enough to receive was this. That is the Lee Valley Egg Beater hand drill, and it is just adorable. It really is. It's very smooth, and I mean very smooth. It's a smaller unit that I'm looking forward to using in some of my models and smaller builds, and I just love the way it looks and feels. So this thing comes with 2 different collets, and they are, one of them will accept from 1/64th to 3/64th inch drill bit, and the second one will accept from 1/16 to 3/32, and they also put in a drill bit for you there as well. But either way, this is a great little unit, and just like everything else that I'm thankful to receive, I'm really looking forward to putting this into action. Well, for years on end, I have been using these, and this is one of my originals that I've had for many years. And if you don't know what this is, it's a painter's pyramid. And what it does is when you place it down, it allows your piece to sit on here with the minimum amount of contact, and you can apply the finishes to your work or paint a project or whatever you feel like without having it stick to your bench or having it raised up so that you can work on it a little better. So this year what I've got is I received a bunch of these, and what these are basically a complement to the painter's pyramid. These are non-slip pads. They're called grabbers, and you can either use them on the bench to sit your work directly onto them so that it's not sliding, say when you're sanding, or you can use them in conjunction with your pyramids, where your pyramids sit on top and it gives your pyramids grip so that they don't slide. So as well as getting these pyramids, which are really cool, I really like them, I also got an update to the painter's pyramids. They're now red, which is just fine. Red and yellow go together. But I also got to go with all of this. I got the VersaSpin 360. I know, funny name. But what this is basically it is a 16-inch turntable that works in conjunction with the painter's pyramids or just on its own to be able to, as you're working on your piece, you'll be able to rotate it. It is rated for 200 pounds, and you can work with it in several ways. If you want, you can have your pyramids, whether old or new, they can just sit on top of this, and there is pegs there to stop them from moving around. Or if you got some of these, it does come with some of these grabbers as well as the red pyramids, but these can be situated on top of our pegs, and they sit rather firmly, and you can place them all over wherever you want and then sit your piece directly on here to work on it. But if that doesn't suit you and you really want to have just the point of the pyramids, well, then you can place them wherever you feel like along this board. And of course, they will hold in place because there's pegs there to keep them from moving around. They can't go anywhere. So I think it's going to help out in the shop for finishing and working on smaller stuff. And being rated for 200 pounds, I think it'll give me some versatility for finishing my projects. Well, for years I have been singing the praises of AutoSol metal polish to polish your cast iron surfaces and keep the rust off of them. And this year I asked for something different to try, and what I received was this. And this is Veritas Tool Wax. And this is a microcrystalline wax which helps to reduce the friction, and it also has properties to reduce rust. So hopefully, I'm going to give this a try. I'll report back to you guys and let you know how it works on my hand planes for keeping the rust off the cast iron. But you apply it sparingly, let it dry, and then buff it off, just like a normal wax. And you know what? I'm looking forward to putting this into action, and I will report back to you guys and let you know what I think of it on another Tuesday show. Well, sometimes I take the opportunity during Christmas and my birthday to replenish my stock in the shop of certain items. And during my model builds, I use quite a few of these. And these are 3 32nd diameter dowels. They're actually listed as 1/12 inch. Whatever, it's 3 32nd inch. That's the diameter of these dowels, and they're fantastic for model making. So I was running a little low, and there you go. I am no longer running low with 4 packages of 100 each, so I now have 400 of these things to use in my models. I don't think I'm going to have to ask for more for a while. Well, sometimes it's the little things in life that make you happy, and in the case of these next 2 items, that's what it is. And what they are Countersink Bits. I have been using the same Countersink Bits for many, many years. They're basically worn out, and I really needed some new ones. So it was really awesome to receive these. They came in a set of 2, and I'll let you know what I think of them when I get to use them. But there you go, Countersink Bits. You guys know it because you've seen it here on the show many times before. But I love my model building. It's just a lot of fun, and I'm always looking for new things to use when building those. And this little guy here that I received this year is really going to help with that. This is a 52 teeth per inch ultra thin kerf razor saw, and this thing is quite possibly the finest little saw I have ever seen. It is solid as a rock. Those teeth are razor sharp, and it leaves a really clean, smooth finish. So for things where the other blades are a little more aggressive and it's hard to cut the smaller pieces, this is going to go a long way to helping me alleviate that problem. Well, for me, you can never have enough glue bottles, and that is what I received as another gift for Christmas this year. This one's a little different in that it comes with 2 attachments. One is specifically designed to squeeze glue into biscuit grooves or slots, and the other one is designed for spreading even layers of glue across a wider area with this rubber roller attachment here. I've never used either one of these or anything like this, so I'm not sure exactly how well it's going to work, but I've got good expectations, and that's the best we can do right now. I'm a lucky guy. If you've watched the program for any length of time, you also know that I am a big fan of my gripper push blocks. So I was very pleased when I received 2 of these. And these are basically the identical concept, I guess you'd say, of the gripper blocks, but these are their version of the push pad. And they have a rather large area of this non-slip material, but as well they have these feet here. And the feet are, well, they're kind of like, I don't want to say smart feet because they're not smart, but they adjust as you use them. So if you want them for a hook at the back of your work, they will do that. They will hook your work. Or if you're using it as a flat push pad, they recess up inside. And they have them on both ends of the push pad. They have the threaded brass inserts here for all the other accessories that the normal push blocks have, but they're much lower profile. So I mean, you could use them on your jointer, your bandsaw, your router table. If you have a shaper, you could use it on there. You could use it for pushing through sheet stock on your table saw. There are many uses for these, and anytime you can keep your fingers away from the spinning blades of a tool, it's a good thing. So I'm hoping that these will be just as useful to me as what the push blocks are. And the very last thing that I want to show you, as if it hasn't been enough, and I am super excited about this one. Check that out. That, my friends, is the Wixey Sawfence Digital Readout. And just like the digital readout that I use on my router table as well as the one on my thickness planer, they're all made by the same company. Now, I love the one on my thickness planer. I really do. It's spectacular. The one on the router table is just as good, and I love it so much. I've been eyeing this table saw one for quite some time, and I had the opportunity to order myself one with some money that I received for Christmas. I am absolutely just excited like there's no tomorrow to get this on my table saw, but I can't because I'm filming this show. So anyway, this is spectacular. I hope that it lives up to the expectations that I have of it, and well, we'll get it installed and see how it is, and I'm sure you're going to see that on a future episode of the show, and hopefully for many years to come after that. And there you have it. What did Kenny get for Christmas? Guys, I've said it here before on the show, and I'll say it again. I have a very generous group of family and friends that treat me very well every year. And even though you say thank you, you know, I don't think they realize how much I really appreciate it. All the little things that make me happy in my shop, the little gadgets, the little tools. And sometimes, you know, as you go through the years, you see something, you think, that's a great idea, but I don't really want to spend that kind of money on it. If you have the opportunity to get it for a gift, that's the best time to get it. And you know what? It's kind of one of those things that you didn't think enough of yourself to get it, but someone else thought enough of you to get it for you. And that makes it even that much more special. Guys, I will be posting all the links to these products down below. I've had people ask me recently if I am affiliated with Lee Valley or sponsored by Lee Valley. I just want to put it out there right off the bat. I'm not sponsored or affiliated with anybody but me. I don't receive any tools from any of the retailers. I don't receive a darn thing. I don't receive any money. I don't get anything for plugging their products. I just really like the Lee Valley product line, and I haven't had anything from them yet that I didn't like. So there you go. If you're wondering, no, I'm not affiliated with anybody. I'm just me. Either way, guys, I'm going to post the links to everything down below. You can browse them if you wish, and if you're interested, well, you'll have the information to look them up. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Click that bell so that you don't miss the notifications of future episodes of the program. We have a lot of fun here on Tuesdays and again on Fridays. We have a really great audience that kicks in and drops their comments below. And you know what? I hope that you'll consider to be a part of that. I want to thank you so much for tuning in this week, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the show. I hope I've shown you something down here that maybe it might interest you, and you'll be able to have a birthday gift idea either for someone that you know or to give someone you know to get for you. Guys, I hope you're going to join me again next week when we're going to do it all again, and I give you yet another Alternative Tuesdays.